So I just wanted to get on here to give my perspective, my POV on astrology, why it is that I have a passion for it, why it is that I think it's such a great tool. I'm not here to kind of tell anybody, you got to get an astrology reading from me. It's not like that. It's just that I just wanted to put it out there, my specific thoughts. Because I think, no one needs to use astrology or study astrology because, in all honesty, many people live their life not using astrology. And there's so many things that we can learn just from life, and I always say life is my greatest teacher, 100%. But for me, I've studied astrology for so long and I've deeply been studying it the past few years, but I have never been more in tune with the flow of my life. You can say that astrology really helps you kind of go with the river. When you're thinking of how the river flows, it's going in one direction. But sometimes we get a little bit stuck in life and we're going against the current and things are really hard and we're just struggling and trying to get through things. And no matter how hard we try, no matter how hard we hold on to things, it's just making things even harder. And that's when you're going against the current. And when you look at astrology, when someone looks at your birth chart, they read your birth chart, and your birth chart is the snapshot of when you took your first breath. And it's basically the stars, a map of the stars that is imprinted on your soul. It shows you what your weaknesses are. It shows you what your strengths are. It shows you the lessons that you have in life. It shows you where you could find true fulfillment. It shows you deeper motivations, the things that are part of your subconscious that you don't fully realize until you hear it, until you connect the dots. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much to look into. There's so much that you couldn't even get through in a personal reading. A personal reading would really be about those big key themes that are popping out in your life, the things that you really need to grow from. But there's so many little fine details that you can learn on your own. It has been such an amazing tool for me to be so aware of myself. You have to think of yourself as an onion and pulling back each little layer. There's so many layers and we're so complex, and there's so many subconscious things that we do that we don't realize. There's inner motivations, inner needs that we don't realize that we kind of have to learn throughout our life. And sometimes it's a lot harder to learn, but through astrology, you can get all of that information like that. You don't have to go to a therapist for years to figure out something. You could figure it out in your birth chart. And it's not like I'm here telling you who you are. It's more of a conversation. I'm bringing out the symbolism of the signs, the planets, what it all means. And you're bringing it to life by your story. And that's just your birth chart. There's so much valuable information just in your birth chart alone. For me, I need to do a birth chart reading first and foremost. That way I have a really great understanding of your lessons, your gifts, your strengths. I really channel myself into your birth chart and to really know what it feels like to be in your world. So I have a true understanding of what that is. And that's going to be the first step to becoming more self-aware. Honestly, for me, it's been the tool to really help me understand who I am and how to approach life, because I know it is what I like. I know what it is that I don't like. I know what it is that are my challenges. I know what it is that I have to push through. I know what it is that's going to fulfill me. I know what it is that brings me joy. I know I am self-aware, and I'm not saying that it's going to make life perfect. It's definitely not going to make life perfect. I am not living the perfect life. There's things in my life that are going on that are really hard right now. Things that I'm trying to shed and trying to, make way for the new. It's helped me realize, how much that I've been in my comfort zone on things, or how much that I was afraid of growing, and how much that certain things have held me back. And I realized realize through astrology the heartaches, the lessons, the weaknesses, and the medicine to that, and how to overcome that. It's been such an amazing tool in my toolbox. And so it's something that I feel really strong about. You don't need it. Again, you don't need it at all. You can live your life without it. But if you want to move through life more self-aware, which I think is priceless in all honesty, that's what you can use astrology for. I don't know if you could hear the passion. I'm not a good liar. I've never been a good liar. I have Sagittarius in the 3rd house. Sagittarius is a sign of truth, and the 3rd house is a sign of communication. I am communicating my truth right here, right now. So yeah, I have a huge passion for it, and maybe a little bit too much of a passion. Maybe I need to tone it down. That Jupiter is a little like expansive, but sometimes I don't want to tone it down. It's fun. I like my Jupiter. Yeah, and it's also about embracing your little quirks. You know, astrology is fun because again, you're self-aware of the things that make you tick, the things that bring you joy and happiness. And you know, if you're more self-aware, then you'll be putting more energy into the things that you want in life. So yeah, I think it really is special, and it's definitely changed my life. And I've said it before in other videos, but it's something that I want to give back to people. You know, it really is special. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. But I hope everyone has a fantastic day, night, wherever you are. And peace and self-love.